Huh. Party at the creepy old house on the hill tonight, huh? It's a tale as old as time. But hey, at least the music's killer, right? Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Gary's Mod. And today, the map we're going to be exploring is Manor of Mania. And things have just fallen eerily silent as I notice the creepy soldier figure across the way. Oh hey, it's an image of our earlier adventures. She was chill, chiller than you'd think. As you can see from the signature in the corner there, this is another map from Epilogue, creator of several maps I'd played in the past, such as Hikikomori Mole and Lethargy Pools. And they've got a style that, even if it's outside the usual vibe of this channel, I've really come to enjoy, and I think it does have a place here. Because, as you can see, it is absolutely chock full of memes and surreal humor. But it's also got plenty of cuteness. I mean, slime girls are practically their trademark. It's got some genuine scares at times, and just so much variety that it's just so much fun to goof around. And that's really what these maps are for. As you can see from the textures, these are usually made first for TF2 and then ported over to Gary's Mod. Maybe there's more of a focus on Gary's Mod recently, I'm not sure. I mean, look at this. Depending on who you are, this is either hilarious or unsettling. And I could see either one. But meanwhile, it's right next to our JPEG Sprite burger and anime figurine on the Halloween shelf. Hey, look at that, the TV even works. Can we pick this up and move it? If I could throw it, that would complete the joke. Seems there's a ghastly aroma in the air, as signified by these cartoon smell lines. Let's begin exploring. It seems like this is only one part of a greater exterior. Oh, hello! Look at you out there chilling in the pond. See, this place is great. And ooh, if we look out this window... Yeah, clearly, this place has been decked out for a Halloween party. Ethosaur has been missing for some time, according to the newspapers we found around these maps, and, well, they were last seen heading to a manor of some sort. Although that may have been the Manor of Mischief, or the Manor of Fun, or any of the various other manors this creator has made, which maybe I'll have to get to them next as well. And maybe I got the address wrong, but hey, I'm never one to turn up an invitation to a Halloween party. It may only be September at the time I'm recording this, but, well, spooky season starts when we close up the pools and it gets a little bit colder. Soon as that temperature hits the low 70s, I'm telling you, that's spooky season. Here's the credits board with everyone who contributed and the various sources of media. I will say, it definitely crafted an atmosphere by giving us that awesome intro, and then taking it away, leaving us only with the sounds of the wind in the rafters. And the thing about the humor in these maps is that when it creeps you out, you kind of don't know what to think, which is arguably creepier than just scaring you. Alright, let's check it out. This map contains splashing colors and loud music. Oh my god! Okay. We're riding our horse. Pretend we're clapping our coconuts. Meanwhile, if that Isaac model up there is anything I remember, he's clapping something else. Okay, we gotta come up to the gate and act like we're just arriving, right? Come on, ride like the wind, Bullseye. Oh wow, this party is poppin'. Multiple double-decker buses showing up, and that car where I guess they carpooled. So we've got some rural country mansion where all these people have been invited. I bet they don't know why. Dumping out and breaking their glow sticks on the middle of the floor. Scratch that. Maybe they were invited in good faith and then they just had to be destroyed. Look! Look, back there. Is that Tower of Power? I explored that, like, over a year ago on the Patreon. But then again, we do know that all these maps are connected. Okay, let's get exploring. Starting with the girl in the lake. No swimming. So I'm guessing that doesn't apply to the fish girl, right? Maybe we don't swim because of the fish girl. Well, look, if we hop in the boat, that's not technically swimming, right? Although, you seem a bit perturbed that I'm encroaching on your territory. Yep. Oh, hey, look at that. It actually didn't sink. Okay, look, I know you're a sprite and you're tied to my view, and that gets a little bit expressive in VR, but it was still kind of funny how I looked down, and when I looked back up, it was like you were turning back to face me, like you were hiding something behind your back. What's between your sleeves? Your facial expression is a little bit more warranted now. I'm gonna leave you alone and go see what's going on in here. But yeah, it's definitely putting me in the mood. I know those are supposed to be light-based decorations up there in the tower, but between that and the wood beams above, I couldn't help but see it as an open mouth with jagged teeth. So just why were we invited here anyway? And by whom? Ooh, is this the graveyard? Very clearly the first place to be visited. Here lies Ethosaur's hopes and dreams. If I had a hat, I'd be taking it off right now. And there's Matatsuki and that creepy girl from the tunnel, I think, dancing in a coffin. You know, they didn't get a whole lot of characterization in-game, but somehow this still feels right. Do I have to put funny text on every gravestone? No, you don't. Not when Darwin is mid-escape. I like to imagine that there's like an underworld and Darwin almost managed to escape. Like he launched himself out of a cannon and this was the end result. Hang on. I'll pull you out. Well, I pretended to try. Rip PL Dogwater. You never existed to begin with. I mean, I don't know much about this map or its lore, but I feel like if you put as much effort into the map as you have into Easter eggs talking about its non-existence, it would be done by now. Rip. What's with all the slime girls, guy? Some say he's still asking, even while dead. Oh, what's with all the slime girls, guy? The person who questions the slime girls. Either they were buried opposite from the gravestone, or they really didn't have a problem with the slime girls. Anyway, I certainly don't. Oh man, the Bone Brigade have gotten all jumbled up. Hey, I'm counting 3 arms and 3 legs here. PTSD guy was here. Yeah. The whole gang that's been referenced on all these maps. That's another part of what makes these so enjoyable, is that they are so interconnected, not just in terms of style, but almost with like a literal progression. I mean, I haven't been following these in any kind of order, but it's a lot of fun hearing about this lore. It makes it feel alive even while no one else is here. Decapitated Isaac Clarke? And more of Ethosaurus Slime Girl art. Oh my... I just rounded the corner. What are you from? I've seen you before. Are you maybe from The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack? Hey there. I'm Dirty Dan 09. They turned Patrick Star into Dirty Sands. Alright, let's get a move on then. See, having the spawns literally right across from each other like this just goes to show, well, what a really insightful comment on the last video pointed out. Basically, that these maps are TF2 maps in spirit. I mean, you can play them, but they're really just kind of idle lobbies. A place where friends can come in and chat in Discord while playing TF2 really more as an interactive stress ball than anything else. I mean, I can't say that's not exactly how I used to play the game. I used to play on a TF2 server that was just 24-hour 2 for it. You just kind of zone out and play the game, but nobody really cared who was winning or losing. Does this light do anything? Oh, I figured it might do something like that. Bounce. Ah! That was far too visceral a sound for what actually ended up coming of it. Hey, we can see that more from here. Yes, there's Tower of Power, but there may be references to others as well. But as I was saying, this is the Deep Rock Galactic School of Design. The weight room in that is one of the best things in games because it understands that if you're idling around, you're just running and jumping, and you don't care what you're running and jumping on. What are you? Oh my... It wasn't what you are that scared me. It was the fact that for a second you looked weirdly 3D and weirdly realistic, you know, because you're a photograph. Look at that, it's the dog from the Goosebumps intro. I swear that intro is scarier than half the episodes of the show. I watched a lot more Goosebumps as a kid, but I was always a much bigger fan of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Because that one wasn't afraid to let scary be scary. They got away with some stuff, you know? Dead Man's Float. Some of you just got flashbacks when I mentioned that name. Hey, you all dressed up? You were kind of... Glad to see you're getting into the Halloween spirit. Be careful, you're dropping some of that hyper-realistic blood on the floor. A vote to kill Etha with a rock. I don't know what event this is depicting, but I'm sure this is exactly how it happened. Okay, let's check in at the slime counter. I mean the visitor center. Wow, you're tall. Ooh, what have you got there in the guest book? Yep. I'm sorry, I did not mean to get under your skirt, I swear. I was just trying to get a better view of this. Collect them all. Tower of Power figure Slime Girl figurines. Candy Burger. I probably shouldn't have read that as a paragraph. There's even Slime Girl related comics, although the resolution is kind of low to read. Wow, this is a really cool prop. Like, they've actually modeled the page up and turned, suspended in midair. It's a spooky Halloween mystery. What am I talking about? You're a literal witch. Manor of Horrors lobby. It looks like that one has a bit more of a realistic approach. You know, I was actually looking through Ethosaur's workshop during the downloading of this, and I was actually shocked to find that they're the creator of a map I played a long time ago, Nosocomophobia. That blew my mind to learn that. Oh my god. I approached that from just the right angle, you. You're peeking out from behind the painting. You're pulling a Scooby-Doo on me. That shadow means it's like you're staring at me no matter where I look at you from. Oh man, a Slime Girl Scooby-Doo mystery, sign me up. A 90s CGI blobfish. Gotta love it. Okay. The question in these maps is always, where do we go first? And I'm thinking, start left, work our way right? How dare you beat me? Here is your graveyard. I've always been such a big fan of those old mistranslations or just poor grammar in old games. Okay, I grooved to this. In fact, I once grooved to it for about 4 episodes straight. Do 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 do. Oh my god. Oh my... Reminder that my hammer editor is haunted. Yeah. I mean, I've seen some crazy complex maps featured in these screenshots, but I have never seen anything like that. Ooh. Are we investigating ciphers, trying to determine some hidden language? You know, I realize now that it's reflecting the candles and the wicks, but for a second I thought it was like a sheep ghost standing behind me with 2 black eyes for lines. Or lines for eyes, I should say. You know, that just goes to show that music like this really helps set the mood. This is someone who clearly has a proposition for me. Oh no. Interactive buddy. I feel like this is what I'm gonna see when I die. I'm gonna have to relive all my sins that I inflicted upon you. I am sorry, dude. It was like 2004 or something like that. Can I really be blamed? That's the statute of limitations on torture, right? 20 years? Beware of slime girls. Oh my god! Oh, you weren't kidding! Look at that! You're actually floating around the map. Dude, that is so cool. You know what? Hey, what happens if I don't beware the slime girl? You brush right over my head. How far will you go? You'll probably turn back right here, right? No, straight through the wall. Unless you're trying to show me something. Nope. That's actually a thing on these maps. Sometimes you can jump through the portraits. We'll have to try it on occasion. Oh. Sorry, I am more primed to be startled now that the music is cut out. I just keep going back and forth because I keep missing openings. Huh. I guess the doctor will see me now. And she's not the only one. Hello, Dr. Slime. With many surviving patients, I'm sure. Wow. And all they were here for was to get their blood pressure taken. You found out that they did in fact have blood pressure. This is where you concoct all your exotic medicines? Made from real, I guess, flesh to you. Researcher reveals, is your doctor a space alien? Here are the warning signs. Beware physicians who have trouble identifying body parts. I could be an alien, that's what ended my career. I don't think you're an alien, though. No, slime girls come from an island. I didn't expect the elephant's foot to be making a cameo on this map of all places. We've got a huge corpse up here. Oh no, Mario and Luigi, don't go off the balcony from Yumi Nikki! This guy right here. I don't have time to deal with it because it's off topic, but stop bringing back memories, you jerk. There you are again. We're gonna have to learn your route, aren't we? They may be hosting a party, but that doesn't mean the house isn't really haunted. I mean, who am I to judge? For all I know, the ghosts are the ones who invited us here. And hey, if slime girls have eternal life, well, that just sounds like paradise to me. Insert funny image of meme or slime here. So what happened here, I'm assuming, is that they got to the end of the map and realized, I've come up with 1,000 of these things over a ton of different maps, and right now, I just don't feel like it. I'm gonna look at some shirts. Okay, that's all right with you? I visited a map by Ethosaur, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. I legitimately would order this shirt, I'm telling you right now. And I can rightfully claim it. I mean, there really needs to be some due diligence to make sure there's no stolen valor when it comes to these things. Ooh, the Slime Times. Merc's Paradise Surprise. Not too long ago, apparently some new renovations happened at Merc's Paradise, giving some of the empty rooms some much-needed renovation after the innkeeper hired the janitor from Lethargy Pools to do it. We must say that janitor sure is talented to do all this work. The very same janitor who installed the limiter on the ball pit. I hear more spookiness. Anyway, they also opened up and revealed a secret new underground area below. It seems like we weren't supposed to be down here, but that doesn't stop the news. We quickly explored the area and found some interesting things, including a huge room behind glass that seems to be studying the 3 giant slimes from Lethargy Pools, Slime Girl Island, and NUI Box. How they managed to convince them all to meet up here is beyond us, but as long as they are here on their own accord, I guess it's all right. They even waved to us from up here. Accident at the pools. Somewhere in Lethargy Pools this morning, a bunch of slime tourists visiting the pools happened to fall through some weak tiles near the lazy river, falling deep into some unknown part of the pools. A rescue party was able to quickly arrive to the scene and pull them up. Owner of the pools has been asked what these unused parts of the pools are for, but no response has been received. One of the witnesses who fell say they saw something down there while waiting. The janitor working there said she doesn't get paid enough to care when asked about it. And, Slime Times, a new manor appears. A few months ago, we discussed the strange disappearance of Ethosaur, last seen in Lethargy Pool's holdout cell. As of then, no one has heard of or seen him, but multiple witnesses swear they have seen ghostly apparitions that look like him across Slimefornia, including in the basement of Restless Plaza. Well, only a bit ago, we discovered a whole new area called Mist Valley, an ancient valley that has been shrouded in darkness all these years. Until now, it seems. Witnesses claim they spotted Ethosaur going there, and that was the last place he's been seen. What is going on in this manor? We arrived at the scene. To our surprise, it was not owned by the innkeeper as we know, but an old blood witch who welcomed us in. Sounds ominous, but we're in. I also publish and print newspapers before I've actually finished recording the article. Quite an ominous entrance indeed, and we walked through those same doors. Still, all seems nice so far, but it seems like our Ethosaur is in another castle. You're cool! Oh, you are so cool. You've got a glow and everything. None of these holes are quite me-shaped. But if it's bigger than me, then surely I should be able to make it, right? Unfortunately not. Look at you. You've got that little bored pout. Or maybe you're just chewing on something. Look at you. That's the kind of thing that gets creepier the longer you look. Notice. Thank you for noticing. Well, why does anybody do anything? Everybody just wants to be noticed. And we've made it to the center. I love how it plays that Luigi's Mansion single note as we cross a threshold. But it just wouldn't be a party without a pool, would it? Look at you hiding up there in the archways. And Isaac staring down at his creation. All right, let's hop in. Oh my god. I could still hear the music the whole way down. Man, that was nuts. Look, I expected something like this in the pool. Every single Ethosaur map has had some impossibly deep pool to descend. What I did not expect was it to keep faking me out. It actually had these lips to make it seem like you were just about to reach the secret, and we just never ever did. It's just as deep, if not deeper, than the rest of them. And it is not easy to swim down in VR. Let's get in. I mean, hey, we paid for this party, didn't we? Ooh. Let's avoid that for now. Try taking the stairs, shall we? Ooh. Does this really go all the way up? That would be insane if it does. You know what? I'm just gonna jump into the fishy current. Oh, look at that. It's not even a straight line. Do you see what I mean about this style of map? It has spookiness and, dare I say it, whimsy. Even while being utterly ridiculous. Let's ride the current. Oh. It's like a neon kaleidoscope of fun. Ow. It's like a neon kaleidoscope of concussion. Wow, you really just let me take the full damage, huh? It doesn't even slow me down. Okay. Okay, this way. And this time we have to try getting off at one of those floors. Oh my, I am so dizzy right now. Yeah, that's still a pretty far fall. How are we doing on health? Yeah, we've only broken our ankles 4 times. It's not bad. And it definitely saved us a lot of walking. I like how it gets darker the further up it goes, and so even though these trims are always there, it further emphasizes the neon the higher up you go. It's almost like you're traveling through space. It is so cool. It's dire. Yeah, it would have been if we didn't have that way up. I get the impression that this is very important. Hang on, let me... I was gonna say, let me shoo away all the ants that are trying to swarm you. Oh my... Are you our boss from In a Dream Barbecue? I certainly recognize Elder Signalis. Just chilling in the cryo-sleep / frozen food aisle. Can I walk through you? Sure I can. And we're back down to ground level. In fact, we've come, oh my god! We've come all the way around. I did not expect you to move like that. No, stop that. You're too realistic a photo to move like that. It can't be allowed. Really interesting center of the room. It's kind of like this whole place is one giant microphone, huh? Nobody drop anything heavy. Right. We never really did finish exploring the main pool room. I'm sorry, wait. Is there like a Soldier remake of There Will Be Blood for Bread? Because I feel like that should be a thing. Sorry, I'm getting distracted too easily. We've got the showers back here. And some kind of enticing portal here. But it's only a window. And my cranium has just been golden retrievered. Doesn't seem like we can get in one of the inner tubes. What's out the back? Can we get a sneak preview? Waterfall. Waterfall. Interloper. Also that. But come on, you can't tell me this place wasn't made for house parties. Hello. What's your deal? You seem at first like the others, but you've got a vibe about you. Anyway, up we go. Hey, hey you. G-Man's looking a little shocked at recent developments. I think I already know who's gonna be in here. Wait, this is really inappropriate music. I'm following a trail of blood, game. This ain't getting an E rating. Oh my god. I was expecting that tall melon slime girl. I mean, like she was made of watermelon, I think. Okay, I'll come back to that in a second, but you guys have no idea how creepy that is, because from my point of view, you look fully 3D and you're so much taller than me, and I'm in VR, so I'm really here. That is genuinely intimidating. Wow. You look like you're from, like, 90s or early 2000s games. In fact, were you the logo for a game studio? You look very familiar. I was hoping I could wring some blood out of you and get some health back. That's how that works, right? And I don't have the means to do it right now, but I bet you could translate that using the cipher on the table downstairs. That colony of rainbow fish is actually a through image, appearing in multiple places like they're the lifeblood of this mansion. Like there's something that's drawn from the earth below. Hey there. Waiting for your lost lover to return? You seem like the kind of thing that wouldn't be out there when I go to check. But then again, this is a party. So maybe stop being sad for a little bit, please. This house may have history, but it doesn't mean you can't make new memories. It's weird, the ambiance here is actually crushing. It doesn't just blend in with the background, it actually overpowers anything else. I'm sorry, I'm going through a little bit of a mood whiplash right now. This song sounds so familiar, and I just can't think of where I've heard it before. Melancholy, but nice while it lasted. Hey, you. And we're back to Luigi Mansion. See, this is what I always hope to get out of these maps, and so far they've all delivered. It's so goofy, it's so silly, that it really doesn't have to do much to make you feel something else. And it's not even through events, it'll just be through a change in music, even an absence in music, or an image that you're caught off guard simply by the fact that it's not a joke. Okay, I'm seeing something very interesting down that hallway. Coming through. Isaac. There you are. Following your patrol route throughout the place, are we? Oh, that's alright. If you're going that way, then that means it's safe for me to come this way. Ooh. Look at that. We've got a 2-window restaurant right here. It's one of those places where the employees are on skates. You can't tell me this place isn't built for parties. It's inhabited by slime girls, some of them ghosts. It's huge, it's got a pool, it's got a waterfall, and it's got a burger joint right in the upstairs. I would never leave. I would never leave. I would take this over. Hey, it's you two again. Started to find you in the most random places. Oh my, look, this place has got a hedge maze. Are you trying to cheat? Making notes and drawing a map? I don't know, I'll be going in without any of that. And it's solely because I'm too lazy to do any of that. Look at that, we've got little paper ghosts like we used to make in like kindergarten. Ah. We can always take a shortcut, of course, by leaping through the windows. Everything looks so melted. Yep, howdy there. Ooh, a gym. We can do some training here. Oh, I get it. All right, let's test our upper body strength. Hydro Yang. Please stay hydrated. Oh, wow. Very important work. See, she cries not because she's sad that you're not hydrated, but because she wants you to stay hydrated, so she reminds you of water in form and action. Also, she has a massive excess of H2O in her blood. Do slimes need blood? Do they really need anything? Well, I really need whatever this is. Hello, who are you? Can I get like 50 of these and just keep them on a farm somewhere? See, look at this. It's just... On the one hand, it's actually creepy, and on the other, it's just surreal humor. There's a very fine line there, and so much of it just comes down to the person, what your gut first reaction is. It's taking something you know, in a style that you know, but also long past, that being VHS, and just sort of making it seem like a distorted memory. Now, what's down here? I'm guessing we accessed that from the first floor, so we'll save it. And what kind of Ethosaur map would it be if reality weren't tearing itself apart at the seams somewhere right in the middle? But it's only on the upper floor, so as long as you just kind of walk around it, I guess it's fine. I give up. You know, if I had to put so many images on the wall, I would too. We almost ready for dinner? How rude is that? You ring the dinner bell and only 2 people show up. Well, 3 now. I'm starving. Back to the balcony. Although not the same one as before. We'll have to go through the middle for that. Do you know how hard it is to stay on task when the ambiance and atmosphere are constantly changing on a dime? Every time we walk into a different place? Oh my god, that's adorable. Well, the poster outside did promise a chocolate fountain, and you just sweetened the deal. What is that? It's another one of you down there. Okay, there are more of them. It's not an edible, but if you eat it, you'll die. Something that's been in the back of the fridge. A taste your whole body rejects. Flavors that are not meant to be in food. Stop trying to make it seem like a bad idea, because it's not gonna work on me. I find it so funny that there's literally a food truck in the kitchen. That's right, keep eating those pizzas. Oh, we can actually use you as a method to bypass this. I recognize this instantly. Yes. Look, it's the attic from Courage the Cowardly Dog. And Courage had a proto version of the computer from Dexter that just knows everything. Dexter's Lab or Dexter Morgan, well, I guess that's up to you. They kind of both have the same computer as well. Ah, this is so cool. And over there, playing all of the various villains of the week. We got some huge mice in the attic walls here. Why does Courage the Cowardly Dog go so well with the Yumi Nikki soundtrack? There's a thought. There's something to be studied. Alright, at a certain point, we're gonna have to try and hop this. Did you notice that the first couple of jumps were timed with the music? I swear I didn't intend that. What was over here? Aha. Here's where we're stacking those pizza boxes. And I see they're doing it really inefficiently. Maybe they stop when they reach the ceiling. And so they're just making sure the base has more support, you know? They're doing it because that means they get to order more pizzas. I feel like that's an image from the apocalypse of Teletubby Land. Oh, hey, you. What's going on here? The end, apparently. Alright, walk through the chimes. Huh. Well, I guess it's not a party till somebody passes out, huh? There's the watermelons. I knew those square melons would be somewhere. A giant saw blade coming out of the ball pits. Maybe we need the janitor from Lethargy Pools. Maybe that's what the limiter is for. It limits the saw blades that grow naturally on plastic balls. Look at this. Look at you, but mostly look at this. You have a loft just watching the portal flow. Seem to be the source of all the slime energy, the thing that makes them. I should have known that this place would be connected to a vein of the stuff. Alright, Geronimo! Did nothing to cushion my fall. Look at you, Blair Witching it, only with all that in a ball pit. Okay. Let's just scooch around the saw blade. You always have to tell the kids to play around the saw blade. That's the important thing. And we're back. Back to here. Ooh, free ice cream. I want free ice cream. Wow, you weren't kidding. A whole pool full. What happens if I dive in? I was promised free ice cream and that no consequences for just jumping in Scrooge McDuck style. In one form or another, there's always rainbows moving along the walls. The lemon room. Okay, what does one do in the lemon room? Besides lemon. I lemon once and lemon my lemon. You lemon? We lemon. Lemon. The lemon zone is a place of traps. All of them death traps. Is that really all there was to it? There was another right turn back here. That's it. We cracked the code, the first to ever do it, and now we get to rule the world. Oh my god! You guys are not gonna believe the room you have back there. Hello. Look at that. Footprints revealing themselves as we go, like we're following behind some ghostly visitor. Ooh. Oh, look at you. See, right here we've got the dopey slime girls and the truly horrifying ones. That is really unnerving. It's the grins. The teeth in those grins, more specifically. Alright, let's follow you to the bottom of the earth. Huh. 6 pedestals. I'm guessing those are gonna be... Yep! Ghost head crabs. I figured as much. So, you seek the 6 ghostly crabs, eh? Well then, here are some hints for ye. 1 is a crab who likes alcohol, maybe a bit too much. 2 is a crab who likes to hide in dark mazes. Find it, and you shall find what you seek. 3 is a crab that resides with the gourds. 4 is a crab that likes to hide high up on a pile of junk. 5 is a crab that likes to hide low down below the sea. 6 is a crab that likes knowledge. A nerd. Good luck, and may you find what you seek beyond this door. But beware, maybe you might not like what lies behind it. No, I think it'll be cool. Okay, we've got a spooky haunted house maze. And this just leads to the other side, the exit. Wow, things really are quiet here. There's not even a lot of wind. Just a little bit from somewhere. And it's a slightly more realistic space, too. Kind of makes me feel like I'm walking into the creepypasta version of the map. Who is he? Balloonhead? The archive. How to get to it. Where? The archive by Ethosaur. The culmination of everything. Well, it's gotta be somewhere. Perhaps behind that door, or perhaps our princess is in yet another castle. Either way, you know, when I was first weighing up this map, I was thinking, this doesn't really seem that big. It has proven to be that big. Oh, look, through this window, we can see into the hedge maze. I like this angle. Imagine someone staring out at you as you're exploring. A map like this, it's a lot of fun to explore, but I imagine it's even more so with friends. That's what it always really feels like it's designed for. Alright, I think that's this floor explored. So let's move on up to the second then. Yeah, these coded messages are absolutely everywhere. As well as ads for Hubba Bubba Gum. Oh, just behind the desk. Hang on. Let's reach the There you are, there's one. Okay, ghost head crab. Let's see if we can activate you. What am I supposed to... Up there we go! We've gotten you to activate. That's a first for this channel. Also, Buddy, I don't think you're supposed to be sleeping on the job. And if you are gonna sleep, it's healthy to breathe once in a while. Some people. No, wait, hang on. I almost completely glossed over that thing. That reminds me of old Syriac animations. Well, I'm just gonna leave so that hopefully that doesn't haunt my nightmares tonight. Alright, I'd forgotten about these doors. So this is where the burgers come from. And that's the McDonald brothers convincing them to buy the operation. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm exhausted. And from the look of it, so are you. Hey, didn't we say that one of the head crabs likes alcohol? Well, the participants in these portraits certainly do. There you are! Hiding in the back. Yeah, boop! I said boop. The struggle is getting it to actually register as such. Oh, come on. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta use the trigger. You look like you're not happy with what I'm doing, but you're not paid enough to care. You know what? Fair enough. You enjoy your Halloween. Okay, upstairs hallways time. Non-existent door. Do not use. Oh my god! Place really is haunted. Alright, we're back and ignoring that jerk of a door. Ooh. That's kind of nicely, weirdly trippy. It's like being inside technology, except each interior face is the exterior face. And all the controls are in Russian. Whoa. You moved the stones, but you didn't move the bones. And that's what happens when the floorboards on the second floor come up. You start getting skulls, the Bone Brigade rising up to seek unholy vengeance. I mean, can we keep this decor? That's what I call a reading rainbow. And with the arcade floor immediately on the other side, who can blame me? Is this maybe the texture from a certain world in Yumi Nikki? I'm not sure. It looks similar. Ooh, look, there's a whole games library here. Ghostmaster, that's one I've got to play on the channel. Look at all this. I have played most of these. These maps are so full of little, like, references and Easter eggs. So many of these are things that wouldn't make sense even with context, and part of the appeal is that there is no context. But sometimes it's just being able to point and say, hey, I know that. And doing that a million times a minute is its own satisfaction, I think. There are places much higher in the mansion, though. Oh, hi! Hi, fish lady, remember me from earlier? I'm in the house now, look, I got up high. Okay, goodbye now. So, where are we going then? Huh, there you are. Don't worry about me. I sorta am worried. You're the biggest threat by far. Seems like I've caught you in a compromising position, but that still means I've only got a couple minutes at most. Oh, hi there. I'll leave you to that. Oh no, it must be America because I have one of those like 3-foot wide gaps. New threat detected. A ghost has taken over your computer. Depends on the ghost whether that's actually a good thing or a bad thing. We've got pink slime in the slime troughs. Do you use that to rejuvenate when you're done? I'm sorry, these are very impolite questions. Ah, you must be the lady of the house. You've got your own giant mural. Look at you, all dressed up as a mummy pumpkin. Or maybe you're pumpkin-flavored slime. You seem much happier in here than you did out there. Look at you. It must be so gratifying to live in a world where you can phase between art styles at the drop of a hat. Oh, hey, we've got those singing fish back here. You know, I had always thought these things were cool, but the only thing cooler is an entire wall of them singing in unison, or better yet, just slightly offset from each other. I feel like I know everything there is to know about fish now. You know, when I was in preschool or kindergarten, they did this sort of presentation where they had somebody come in and dissect a fish for us to teach us about fish anatomy. And the way he started this, I have no idea why he thought this was a good idea. He said, okay, so you guys know Freddy the Fish? This is Freddy the Fish, he said, as he pointed the knife towards the fish on the tray. Don't know why he thought that would go over well. Truly, this place captures the intimacy that only a grimy men's room can capture. Look at that, palm trees on the door. No dumping allowed. Well, I guess that's why it's all urinals. Okay, I can't not be curious about what's beyond this. Ooh. Hidden? No way. No way. It's the thinking chair. It's the thinking chair. It's Steve's house. And then Joe's house, and then that other guy's house. Wait, can we jump through these? Yes, I knew there'd be something. Slime time. You know, there have always been fishy memes on these maps. I'm really glad that we're leaning into them now that they're such a central image. But there's still a whole floor above us. Oh my god, that actually caused my stomach to sink a little bit. And it's not just because I've been recording for an hour and a half and we're at the point where I'm starting to get a little, Ooh. Now that's a combination of art styles if I've ever seen one. Not only does this fit the general mood of a spooky map, I'm talking about the music right now. It also fits the sort of curious wonder of wandering these halls, looking at all of the various exhibits, and feeling their eyes continuing to watch me as I walk away. Let me jump into you? No such luck. Ooh. Ooh. Look at that! It's a sludge portal! It's not water running beneath the floorboards, it's a typical extra-dimensional incursion. And it's bringing the Bone Brigade with it, whether intentionally or by choice, requires testing to find out. If you don't scream, your body will. I need that button. You know, I think that's the kind of weather we can all hope for. Ooh, there you are. This is part of your route, coming up through there. Oh my god. Oh, no, it's music. At first it sounded like otherworldly screaming. It's a funhouse mirror. I've never seen this before on a Gary's Mod map. Ooh, wibbly. Ooh, and it's getting some effects on it. So wibbly. Ooh. Oh, that is so much fun. You could totally do a house of mirrors in this engine. With what little experience I had with mirrors when I was playing with it in Hammer, it would not cooperate, I imagine. Look at that, SpongeBob abstract. Or maybe I've just so thoroughly associated those type of patterns in the image of a pineapple with SpongeBob that the real abstract art piece is my own associations. Better call Slime Girls. Sally Goo Girl, attorney at law. Only applies in California County. I just noticed your eye peeking out at me. Now that is an expression I can get behind. I think. I swear, some of you look like something out of the home safety hotline. Warning, do not touch. Oh, you tried to contain it, you did? There are real supernatural forces at work at this Halloween party, but is it really a Halloween party if they're not? Wait. Oh, there's a lot going on through here. Unfortunately, we are barred from entry. Dark slime testing area key. I accidentally left the key to the lab door somewhere in the manor. I think I left it somewhere by the pumpkin field while tending to the plants. P.S. Please stop tapping on the glass. I don't know who is doing it, but yes, you are agitating it, just so you know. It. You're calling all of this one organism? Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone for now then. No swimming next to the ball pit. That did not punish me as thoroughly as I expected. Some of these feel like they could be posters in a moody teenager's room in the 2000s. Ooh. Oh, hey. We've got a dining hall. You know what this sort of reminds me of? This sort of reminds me of the hall from Sorry We're Closed, toward the end. See, I wouldn't mind advertising so much if they were all slime-based ads. Wouldn't mind them at all, might even click on them from time to time. But this place, the more I explore, every time I think that I've seen everything based on the dimensions that I know, it turns out that that one unassuming corner actually hides an entire new wing of the mansion. I mean, look at all this. I haven't seen any of this. I haven't seen any of this. Wow. We're watching the hottest show in town, and we got the Lincoln seats. Hey, you. You always have to choose the right image for an overlooking balcony. I mean, if you're not making somebody feel watched as they're going down and even more watched as they're going up, then what are you doing? A lot of people's OC art making it into this. Here's a hallway that exists purely for that shadow. Once more, I can't say I blame. Oh my god! Oh my... This whole map is just me getting way more startled than I should by 2D assets that look more realistic than they should. Okay, I guess we're going down this way now, since going with the flow seems to be my MO for now. Look at you, you're dripping. Destroy the robot menace. Man versus machine. I think we also used posters like that in the Helldivers. Okay, well obviously I'm gonna go touch that thing. Detailing this room is pissing me off. I am the original Starwalker. I'm guessing that's some kind of Deltarune reference? Oh hey, it's another one of these. You know, I never realized what a waste of space the backs of movie seats are until this. You could totally put something back here. Like, you could totally put just this back here every time. And besides, this is clearly an ideal audience. Who better to watch the greatest motion picture ever captured on film with? We can even walk up on stage if we feel like. Oh, never mind, I didn't realize this movie was rated R. Some real foul language being spoken by the main characters. These stores have never given me anything before, but it can never hurt to try. See? What did I tell you? It can never hurt to try. You wanted to see me, sir? Oh my god! I didn't even have to touch you. Didn't even have to come close. Well, look. I've realized what this is, thinking back to lethargy pools. When you escape that containment unit, you open these Rick and Morty style portals, and you track these boot prints all the way back, made in Goofornia. Well, if we're gonna be back this way anyway. Ooh, a physicsy door. Remember to get some sleep. January 24th, 2002 at 3 a.m. A message to yourself from the past. I feel like I could use that right now. The sun's starting to come up as I speak. Or, I assume it is. It's been a little while. Hey, we actually found your pass. Although we can't take it with us as we learned last time. So that confirms it. Ethesor came to visit. Are you a friend? I imagine so. Oh, are we still trying to save the Dreamcast? I thought we had given up on that dream. Oh. Huh. Either that's fiberglass insulation, or we've got a real meat problem in our ceilings. One of them's a good thing, one of them requires a different response than I know how to send. Well, this is what we came here for. It's like I said, it's the abruptness that's so creepy. One second we're looking at memes, then we're following a blood trail down the hall, and then we're on the roof and the music is playing and we have no idea how we got here or what happened. Well, that just seemed unfair. Anyway, I'm up here now. Might as well start looking for another way in. The main party must have already happened. People have left all their milkshakes completely undrunk up here. Now, a less ethical person might say what that means is free milkshakes. A person of equal ethics to me would also say that. Now, what are we eating around the other side? Ambiance, that's what. Ambiance and burgers. And it's the radioactive burgers, but still. We've even got a slightly different song back here. This landscape is so desolate, but so cozy. What are you, hiding up here, creepy girl in the shadows? Yep. Can we slide down the chimney? Wrong holiday, but if it's Jack Skellington's version, then it's right. Yep. Whoa. Look at that. Vintage advertising on a Courage the Cowardly Dog TV. You cannot tell me this isn't super chill. Look, all the kids are watching. That is adorable. See, there's genuine nostalgia here. There's actual love of the mood in the crafting of this. And the silliness of this just makes everything else seem so much more honest in the process. Look at this, all right next to Isaac Clarke in the frustration area. I've spent many times in this realm. Oh my god, that didn't age well. Hey, we're actually just playing Courage the Cowardly Dog ads now. Okay, lots more searching to do, clearly. And more Matatsuki dancing. I just want you to know that you're not any less adorable given the nature of your work. Sometimes you just gotta source some specimens. And sometimes you have to take some less than ethical channels to get there. Slop Slimeberg, October 10th. So this is how you make it. I mean, you're not just a chemist, you're also a chef. Works for me. I vibe with that image so much you wouldn't believe. This map is so cool. I mean, look, it's doing the same thing, the same general idea as all the other SSR maps I've played. But this one's got that Haunted Mansion feeling, and it's actually weird how well those things map together. Okay, let's go dance. Yep, we're definitely doing some Ina references here. And I am perfectly content to join in. I wonder if you're like from one of the Yume Nikki fan games? Wow, I've never felt so judged in my life. The textures are even done so it's more like a skybox, like we're in a glass case surrounded by the Burger Rubik's Cube. And that guy, who looks like a boss from Off or something. I'm guessing that I probably can't use this music in particular. Yeah, I can switch to a Duke Nukem song. There we go. Or, ooh, Sly 2. Sly 2 Dimitri's Disco. I never actually got to play the second game. Now that's more like it. Everybody's so into it, I love it. Except for that guy back there who I didn't even notice before. This place even has a happy bartender, so it's like all the cool people are hanging out over here on the dance floor. Oh my god. Well, we found you. That is actually just uncomfortable in my bones a little bit. So I found the source of the meat invasion. It's taken over this hallway completely and is dropping down through the floor under its weight. Ah, we've been here before. Look at this. We've got our own Alan Wake atmospheric attic here. Hey, a library. And the Bone Brigade are besmirching it with their presence. We're gonna have to do something about that. But I'm guessing that there's probably gonna be a head crab here, right? After all, one of them is a nerd who likes knowledge. I will protect you forever, creature. Now, there's gotta be something we can find here. The Tale of PTCS. I don't know what that means, but I'm excited to find out. That's the joy of libraries. Where Where's this crab? There's gotta be one somewhere, right? I love that expression. And we've even got a behind the desk area. It's all in the eyes. Expression is all in the eyes. I'm really surprised I haven't found any head crabs in here. And is this someplace we've been? It looks like it is. Don't kill me, please. Ooh. I think we just found the pantry. Also, if I seem a little shorter, it's because I was feeling a little motion sick and leaned against my bed. Doesn't usually happen to me this early. Here we are. Can we get through here? No, of course we can't. We haven't earned it. This is nothing short of joyful. Are you kidding? Ooh, let's have a peek backstage. Huh, it's a whole dressing room. Looks like they're just about ready to go on. And it's all the usual suspects. Think. Communicate your needs. Don't just think them. Wow. A screen that really simulates Ethosaur's Discord. I just can't believe how huge this ended up being. Once more, it didn't really seem like there was too much to it at first. Happy Halloween indeed. Yeah, that was pretty much my reaction when I started peeking into these rooms. Don't worry, you get used to it over time. Hey, it's more you guys. Now, I've been asking where they were from. I was assuming it was like a 90s game, but some of you have been telling me they're from something called Pizza Tower that I should try in the future. It's really weird how many references I've actually started to get from asking about them in previous videos for these maps. One of them was this animation that the creator clarified was a reference to something called Grinch's Ultimatum, and now that's one of those videos I'm addicted to and just kind of click on every once in a while if I'm feeling it. I look at you and I can't help but imagine you're one of the trains from Thomas the Tank Engine. Alright, let's try going upstairs. At a certain point, all I can do is try going places I haven't been already. Hey, a sign over there. Maybe someday in the future I'll be able to read it. Oh my god. Didn't notice you before. And of course, nothing there. What's creepier than a shadow and nothing to cast it? Well, playing buckshot roulette with Luigi, for one thing. I don't believe we've tried crossing this before. Whoa. Even as I'm walking forward, it feels like I'm standing still. Is this what chewing Hubba Bubba feels like? Oh, we found the storage attic. And who knows what kind of old stolen treasures are up here. Well, anyway, here's some more stuff. Ooh, and an open hatch. Why won't he finish dog water? Yes, clearly that's the true horror in this situation. Down the hatch. Ow. And we're back here. I'm pretty sure we more or less fully explored the house at this point, or at least pretty close to it, but there's still plenty outside that we have not seen. And if we come to the gate, oh, there's stuff even hiding out here. I should have explored the grounds more fully before I moved inside. Oh my god, rip the loader bot from Hikikomori Mall. Well, nobody's ever really gone, are they? Sometimes they come back as a ghost and dance over their grave. Right down this way should be fine. Remember, we're on the lookout for a key near the pumpkin patch. And it may not be a pumpkin patch, but I'm seeing plenty of jack-o'-lanterns ahead. Why is this music so actually perfect for a Halloween setting? I mean, it's got that feeling of just a slightly spooky adventure on the town, you know? Like that one night when kids get a little more freedom than they're normally afforded. Be aware, UFOs in this area. That is so cool. There's a night canopy over this. And a dripping monster of a slime girl. It was nevertheless probably pretty cute beneath. Maze is pretty linear so far. Oh, but this is where that ends. Hey, a potential exit. We can't go through there. Now, I'm not gonna cheat. I mean, getting to explore this with this music in the background, oh. That really does make this a Halloween episode, huh? You look... Everything in this, I swear I've seen before. Because you look so familiar. Okay, where to next? Moving in generally this direction seems about right. I mean, opposite corners are always a good way to go, don't you think? Well, we found some more of that text. Text which might reveal useful information to us, but again, I am not really in a state to go looking for it. If my sense of direction is accurate, we're moving back in the direction we came. Although not necessarily to anything connected to it. It's like the second or third instance we've seen of you. Are we coming out? Ah, well, we found what we were looking for. Yep. There we go. What is that, 3? There's a very narrow slot between the hedgerows here. Wonder if there are any more secrets hiding out here. Potentially an exit. It looks like we made it. You know, the music was weirdly in time with that. And it's not the first time that's happened on this map. There's even cave paintings. You didn't tell me this was a historic property? Wow, even back then they had Hatsune Miku memes. The Bride on the Bridge. You actually are still here. I almost wasn't expecting that. Now, I know I've lost a couple feet in height, but that's because I'm sitting in my chair to prevent motion sickness. It's been like 2 hours. Out here to train, are we? I do sort of object to the use of ghosts as mannequins. I don't know, it kind of seems like profiling to me. Oh, from the window I had pegged you as forlorn. But you've actually got a sly little grin there. Never mind. Maybe you're just waiting for something to come out from under the waterfall, because you know that's what always happens. Ah. Perhaps it's you, transparent shape beside the waterfall? Look at that. The eye welcomes the flow beneath it. Yep. I'm drowning. I'm in a chair. I can't keep my head above water. There we go. But anyways, I was going to make a joke about how there's always something under the waterfall. I didn't expect it to be that. Be careful. The trees have eyes. Wow, so that'll totally just pull you right under, huh? Not actually. I really expected this to whisk me away to someplace awful. So what else is here? Wow, there's actually a lot of outdoor areas. And we're apparently treating all of our gravestones like, I don't know, parking areas for service vehicles. Rip all my creative energy after finishing this map. I can see that. Now, this I'm pretty sure is actually the latest map from them, actually very recently released. So I can definitely see being burned out, not just after creating something so dense as this, but doing the same thing like 10 times before. Okay, I'm done making gravestone texts now. Can someone let me out of here? I'm not dead yet. Hello? I feel happy. I feel happy. Ah, here lies Ethosaur. It's okay. He's just resting. Ooh, what's over here? Are you handling trick-or-treating? Well, this has got to be the pumpkin patch. I don't see what else it could be. Although Jack's jack-o'-lantern seems to be a little bit oversized this year. You've got candy corn. Yep, come on, gimme. A lot of people hate candy corn, and you know what I say? That means more for me. Okay, yeah, that's the sound that makes. Well, I guess we can get in now. And it's oddly peaceful out here. I always try to find this spot at the party. You know, the part where you can just kind of chill, enjoy the vibes of the place, but not have to worry about the noise, the people, the head crabs. Come on. Come on. I don't understand why this only sometimes works. The implementation is so weird. All right, I think that was number 4. So, according to this, we've got 4 out of 6 head crabs. That means there's still 2 yet to find. I think 5 and 6 are the only 2 left. A crab that likes to hide low down below the sea, and one that likes knowledge. Well, look, I was looking for the knowledge one in the library, but maybe the door that we just opened with the key card, that was like a lab area. Maybe that could be it. There we go, it's been moved, and we can enter, finally. Let's push the button and claim our prize, I guess. I'm not quite sure what that did or where. Well, the other place we've seen an eye was below the water. So maybe it's out by the waterfall? secret underground lab. Are you kidding me? Okay. Getting up may be easier said than done. Okay. Lethargy pools, Merc's Paradise, Kikamori Mall, it's all places we've been. We saw boxes just like this in the escape room from Lethargy pools. Whoever they are, they've got their own evil theme and everything. Maybe this party was a trap. But maybe the Bone Brigade's presence made itself known here and they had to abandon ship. Looks like there's a note over there. Oh, and this door is open now. Enough messing around. That was fun and all, but I think it's time I told you the truth. As much as I loved creating all of these places, I think I might be ready to move on to more grander things. And of course, I won't be leaving for good. I never think I could do that. But I think this mansion might be my last one for a good while. I got plans, big ones, but I don't think I can bring them to justice here anymore. Hopefully you can understand. Please enjoy this, and all my other creations I have made here so far. Farewell for now, but don't worry. We will surely meet again. Sooner than you think. Well, all the best to you. Because seriously, with all the creativity and all the drive that goes into these, well, I think you deserve to have whatever time you need, and whatever tools you need. I'm sorry, that all probably came off a lot more sinister because of the soundtrack, but legitimately. There you are. I hadn't even seen you before. Come on, there we go. Now we just have to find the nerd. The one who likes knowledge. Raise me up, fishies! Oh, this will forever be one of the coolest things in these maps. Straight onto the diving board. Oh, you're right over there! Huh. I was looking all over up in the shelves. There we go, okay. Die. There we go. That's the last of the ghost head crabs. It's even got a custom sound for when we got the last one. Okay, neat. Let's get down there. Wow, we are really taking a beating in this one. We're almost done here. All I've got to do is follow these prints downstairs. I'm gonna try and stand up for this last stretch. Yeah, I don't know what it is that's taken so much out of me on this one in particular. I think maybe it's because I'm making a lot more use of the stick, where normally I would just turn my body. It really doesn't number subtly over time. But the door is open for the first time. We've done it legitimately. Slime girl diluted to water girl, just kind of waiting by the waterfall. And here's the gallery that I suppose in some ways also functions as a bit of a send-off for this series of maps. On the one hand, it's kind of sad to see it all go, but, well, like I said, it's not the end, and it's not like there's any shortage of content whatsoever. I mean, it is unbelievably dense. And like I've been saying, I looked around in the beginning and I thought there's not that much to it. And then it turns out that, oh, there is. You're just tripping over a reference, a joke, a scare. or even just something cool every minute. And it's only when you see it from above that you see just how complex it is, or maybe when we see it from a no-clip view. I love how the dog water memes were planned in advance, by the way. I mean, it seems like such a random assortment of knowledge, but stuff like this shows just how much planning there really is, how deliberate it all is. Here's where they're throwing out all the pizza. Okay, I'm dragging this home with me, no matter the weight. Very tall. I noticed. And look at all this. I really like it when creators do stuff like this. I like being able to appreciate the effort along with them, if that makes any sense. There's a lot to appreciate. Even became a slime girl themselves by the end. And hey, this may be them taking a break for a while, but at the very least, we can always go back and explore the backlog. There's plenty more where these came from. And as it happens, plenty more where this comes from. Let's give it a look. Yep. Oh, hello, wait, there's something more, something we've not seen. In the outdoor areas, there's actually a surprising amount of open space left. Ooh, but look. Unfortunately, while making this room, I ran into nearly every limit of hammer, so I had to cut the rest to make the map even run. Hope you enjoy regardless. You have nothing to apologize for. Have you seen this map? It's insane how much you packed into it. Right then. Yeah, I don't understand how he would get to that other place. Something must function as a teleport. Wait, I think I might have figured it out. We had to confront you, shipping containers. Oh. Yeah, I had to do a little bit of reverse engineering to figure that one. You brought me to the transport dimension. Not through here. Ooh. A ghostly projection of Isaac building the mansion. Using hammer. Flow. Maybe a reference to dot flow? We're experimenting with actual liminality now, aren't we? Oop. I can't get up there. It just keeps bouncing me back. Alright. What happens if we do follow the fish into the void? Yep. Ow. Deposited right here. Well, that's annoying because I know there's more stuff out there. I just don't know what to try. There is so much that I don't even know how to begin to arrive at. So I guess I'm just gonna start trying stuff. There's like 3 or 4 teleport locations in this map. I really never anticipated I'd be teleported to the cheese rooms in what is essentially this video's epilogue. You really can't hold your nose at me in a situation like this, bud. Oh my god, oh my! Whoa. Oh my god, I just got jump scared by my own hand because it stopped tracking because I'm in the corner. PTSD guy was here. You created your own creepy, comfy room. Soundlessly watching the classics. Well, great. Now I'm never going to figure out which one is causing the problem. Gonna have to hire a plumber and everything. Can we walk out through here? I guess we can't. A dark void that does not stop us from accessing it, but which nevertheless doesn't want us to touch it. Whoa. Much obliged. And finally, there's this. Look, I tried to reverse engineer it. I tried to figure out how we get in here. I could not figure out how to do it. But I saw it in the void, and of course I had to see what it's like. Who says the back rooms can't have entities? In that case, 3 entities. You know, this is cool. By introducing not only shadow, but more of a cooler color palette, it actually does take on a very different feeling from what I'm used to. I mean, granted, comfort is usually the last thing creators are going for with the back rooms, but when you've been through them so many times, it's refreshing. That's creepy. The implication here being that somebody took that advice, one of the partygoers, but was not left alone as much as I was. We could fall down. Falling down is always an option. But I'd prefer a way to get up here somehow. Okay. Maybe if we tried this. Oh no, the Bone Brigade's coming for you. Run, Doom Guy. There we go. That's our ticket out. No, I guess it isn't. Yep. You gotta be kidding me. I'm starting to see why you ran into every possible hammer limit. Well, this is terrifying. On several levels all at once. I feel like I've explored like 3 or 4 different maps tonight. And most of those were after I finished exploring the Manor. There is such a weird hue to this water, almost like it's not... I was gonna say, almost like it's not real, or like it's not fully rendered. Oh, lots of darkness. So much darkness. This almost seems like it could be a secret part of the tutorial from Voices of the Void. Actually, it reminds me a lot of the lazy river from the lethargy pools. Is there a way out? Hey, it's the burger room. What map would be complete without it? Look, I've been starting to feel sick from this for a while, which is uncharacteristic for me. And very, very imperfect, some might say. And what I would say is that this map is so much fun. It's got all the zaniness, a bit more spookiness than I've come to expect, and just feels really heartfelt and ultimately just so dedicated to fun. And that's what these maps are. They're so much fun. The map is huge, and there's so much to do and look at over every inch of space. Well, with all that said, and with quite a few more secrets still to find, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this map out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one. And Ethesor, wish you well in whatever you go to next.